From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Christopher Cruz reporting. The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, on Sunday had a warning for Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. She said the U.S. would launch new missile strikes against his regime if he carries out another chemical weapons attack. She said she hopes Russia's main supporter, Russia, learns from the strikes, and she told CBS News that the U.S. has decided to place new sanctions on Russia Monday.
Secretary Mnuchin will be announcing those on Monday, if he hasn't already, and they will go directly to any sort of companies that were dealing with equipment related to Assad and chemical weapons use.
Suspected Islamic State militants in southwestern Pakistan have shot dead 2 members of the minority Christian community and wounded at least 5 others. Police and witnesses said the victims were leaving a church in the city of Quetta after attending the Sunday service when gunmen on a motorbike fired at them and drove away. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for the shooting. Pakistan says cross-border fire from Afghanistan on Sunday killed 2 Pakistani paramilitary soldiers and wounded 5 others. A military spokesman said troops were conducting routine surveillance in the remote Kurram region to prepare to start building a fence on the border when they came under attack from the other side. Thousands of people gathered in major cities across India Sunday, demanding justice for 2 young victims of rape. Protesters gathered Sunday in New Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, and Kolkata, demanding speedier trials and harsher punishments for child rapists. This is VOA News. Arab leaders have gathered for the 29th Annual Arab Summit in Saudi Arabia to talk about the catastrophic condition of many countries in the region. Correspondent Edward Yeranian reports for VOA from Cairo.
Arab League head Ahmed Abul-Ghait criticized the decision by U.S. President Donald Trump to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, in addition to decrying the catastrophic situation in Syria. He says that the Central Arab cause of Palestine has witnessed a major setback after what he calls the illegal decision by the United States regarding Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and efforts to liquidate the Palestinian cause at the expense of the Palestinian people. Edward Yeranian for VOA News, Cairo.
An American pastor imprisoned in Turkey since December 2016 will be tried beginning Monday. He could be sentenced to up to 35 years in prison. Andrew Brunson has been charged with supporting terrorists and spying. He was arrested more than a year ago. He's denied the allegations, and the U.S. government and President Trump himself have repeatedly asked Turkey to release him. Brunson has lived in Turkey for 23 years. Preliminary projections show 6-time Prime Minister and 1-time President Milo Djukanovic as the winner of Montenegro's presidential election. The Center for Election Monitoring projected Djukanovic winning over 53% of the vote. Barbara Bush, the wife of one U.S. president and the mother of a second, is in failing health and has decided to seek comfort care rather than further medical treatment. The 92-year-old former First Lady made the decision following a recent series of hospitalizations and after consulting with her family and doctors. CNN reports her heart is failing. Her husband, George H.W. Bush, was the country's 41st president. He's 93 years old. He has also been in failing health in recent years. And heavy snow, ice storms, and record low temperatures have affected parts of the upper Midwest and New England. More than 61 centimeters of snow was on the ground Sunday in parts of Wisconsin. The high temperature in Portland, Maine was minus 2 degrees Celsius. That is the coldest high temperature ever recorded in the United States on April 15th. You can find more on these and other late-breaking and developing stories from around the world around the clock at voanews.com and on the VOA News mobile app. From the world headquarters of the Voice of America in Washington, I'm Christopher Cruz. VOA News.
That's the latest world news from VOA.